What is going on YouTube? Today, I was looking through like Uber Eats and I was like, I want something a bit different. And then I seen something I don't think I've ever seen in my life. It is a tater tot supreme. You guys know like a fry supreme? I guess it's the same thing as fry supreme except with tater tots. Yeah, I seen it on Uber Eats and then it took me like 15 minutes to find this place because apparently it's like a ghost kitchen, like an Indian ghost kitchen. And I just didn't know where to find it. It was under a different name, but I guess I found it eventually. So here it is here. Okay, as you guys see, there is sauce on top, there is fried chicken, and there's tater tots at the bottom there. You can see, right? Yeah, you guys can see. Perfect. A little bit closer. Before we get started, guys, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you want to try anything you want to talk about. I'm down to that. As always, timestamps in the description. And today we're actually going to talk about, while eating this, the new movie by RackaRacka. I don't know, it's Daniel, like Philip, I think. And their last name, I don't know how to say it. But it's a new movie that was made by them. But let's go first bite here with just the hash brown. Or is tater tot. That wasn't too bad. Just tastes like a regular tater tot, but we gotta try with the chicken. They give me a knife, but let's try it together there. Yeah. Okay. Tater tot's nice. Not too crispy, obviously, because this place is like 20 minutes away. Put in my bag game here, so. The chicken, however, is kind of crispy. It's kind of got like a, you can tell they use like some sort of like, I don't know, it seems like an Indian seasoning because you kind of taste it. At least growing up, it's a very similar taste to me. I'm not Indian, but you know. A lot of the tastes and the spices and stuff like that are shared. So, you know, it just kind of reminds me of that. But still, it's pretty good. You know, this also cost me like $22. Insane, right? But it cost me $22. I can't imagine why, but it's pretty good. I don't know what sauce it is. It tastes like maybe some sort of like chipotle and like some sort of like, I don't know, it's like mustardy. I actually don't know. There's actually like no description on what this food is, so that's fine. I mean, I just thought it was interesting, so I was like, let me get it. It's kind of like a new twist on tater tots, at least to me. I've never seen it before, so. Anyways, let's get into the movie. So the movie's called Talk to Me. It's by like the YouTubers that are mostly known as RackaRacka. They made a bunch of videos, super popular videos, but to me, the first time I seen them was a long time ago. And it was because of like the McDonald's videos where one of them's like Ronald McDonald's and they like start fighting people and stuff like that. I just remember that. And, you know, I think this movie was actually a very, very good movie. I'm with everyone else that this movie is probably one of the better movies of this year. It's definitely the best horror movie, but it's also just generally one of the better movies this year. Clocking in at a runtime of 1 hour and 35 minutes, I believe. All killer, no filler. Basically, the movie's about this girl, Mia, and her mom's dead, and it's kind of like, I guess, an outcast. And then she goes to this party, and in this party, they have an embalmed hand. And it's said that this hand is from like a dead psychic, and that when you hold it and say the words "talk to me," you'll see dead people. But when you say "I let you in," and it can possess you, it kind of gives you like a high that's apparently very addicting. And they do it, and she does it for the first time, and it kind of almost goes wrong. I mean, I guess in a sense it did go wrong, but it went wrong. But like she becomes addicted to it, and she really likes that feeling. Like they can only be possessed for about 90 minutes, but after she gets possessed the first time, I think she goes past the 90 minutes or cuts it very close because the demon that's possessing her does not want to let go. And the lights start flickering, the door shuts. For lack of better words, all hell breaks loose. So fast forward a bit, they run it a second time and they're all having a good time. They're all going crazy. the girl Jade, which is Mia's best friend, her boyfriend makes out with a dog. They're having just like a good time, a funny time. That is, however, until Jade's little brother wants to give it a try, which the sister's against, but then she leaves. Kind of like not a strategic choice. She should have just stayed, but she left. And then Mia is kind of like a sister to him, so she lets him go. She's like, okay, yeah, you can go try it. And when he tries it, it's going fine until a demon that's pretending to be Mia's like dead mom possesses, I think his name's Riley. And they kind of get lost track of time, and then he ends up going in it for a minute and a half. And you see what happens when you go past a minute, right? Or 90 seconds, as they say. Everyone knows the scene. I'm gonna spoil it. But he starts hurting himself, and then he tries ripping out his eye. He goes flying, and he almost kills himself until Jade steps in and blocks his head with her hand. He gets knocked out. He's in the hospital. From this point on, no one wants anything to do with Mia because they kind of blame her. The mom, like Jade and Riley's mom, think that she like gave him drugs or something. Jade's like, why'd you let him go past the time? Because she knows what's going on, right? Everyone's angry with her. And then Mia kind of like convinces Daniel, which is Jade's boyfriend, to come sleep over at her house after they tell her to leave the hospital. He, for some reason, agrees, and he goes off and he sleeps at her house, only to wake up and find Mia sucking his toes because Mia gets possessed by, like, I think the first demon or the demon that possessed her. She gets possessed, she's sucking his toes, right? So obviously, like, she's getting too close. After that, she goes and she uses the hand because she takes the hand after the police came and like looked at Riley and took him to the hospital. She uses it and talks to her mom. She gets way too close to her mom. And then it's said that if you use the hand too much, you'll start to become too attached to it. And then you'll start to see the demons outside of using the hand, which was starting to happen to her. Eventually, Riley wakes up, hurts himself, and they're trying to figure out what to do. Now, a lot of this movie is open to interpretation as to what's going on, as said by the directors, right? But there's a point in time where Mia tries to go and save him. She tries to talk to the demon, and the demons show her where Riley is. And Riley's getting injured, he's getting hurt. It's kind of like his soul's being eaten. But I remember seeing something on a Reddit, and they're just like, this was probably a lie by the demons just to convince Mia to kill him, so that way they could finally take his body, which actually kind of makes sense. And then in a really sad moment, Mia's dad sits her down and shows her the suicide note that her mom left. Because she was always in doubt whether her mom killed herself. She thought maybe there's something more, but there wasn't something more. Her mom killed herself. And she left a note. Now the demon who's pretending to be the mom is like, no, this isn't true. You need to kill your father because he's possessed by them, taken over by them. And then they have the ability to like influence what people see. Very clearly have the ability to influence it, because in that scene, the dad breaks in and starts like choking Mia, but it's not actually dad, it's just like a hallucination. But then the dad eventually comes back up, and then she stabs him in the neck thinking that he's a demon. Now this was very interesting to me because he didn't die, but Mia realized it was her dad, like her actual dad. She didn't even call the police. It says she called Jade to come to the house and then went to the hospital to Riley to like try to kill him. I guess it's like a big brain, two birds with one stone, because one, you get Jade away so you can go kill her little brother, and also the dad gets saved, I guess, because she finds him. But eventually, she goes to Riley, puts that boy in a wheelchair, and wheels him out to oncoming traffic. And then she intends to kill him because the mob's trying to coerce her. Now, this part's kind of unclear, but at the end of the movie, there's like something that hits traffic, hits a car, and then it turns out to be Mia. So it's either unclear, either she jumped in front of the cars, or if Jade ran down and pushed her to save her brother. It's unclear, but to be fair, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the movie, she's dead, right? She just dies. It fades to black. She ends up in the hospital. She sees the family's okay. She sees her dad's okay. She starts running at him. He doesn't hear her because she is dead. Now, in the movie, they talk about how if you die while being possessed, and then the demons take over your body. And I think the reason why the demons didn't take over Mia's body is because she technically wasn't possessed. I think they were just influencing her. They weren't actually like in her. I think it's if you die while the demon's in you, then you have a problem. But other than that, I think you're fine. Now, after all the lights shut off while she's in kind of limbo, she sees like someone sitting there at a table with a light and their hand reaching out like that, right? Just like the embalmed hand. So she goes and shakes the hand, and then she wakes up and she is looking at like a group of people, and the group of people are looking at her, or at least the one guy's looking at her. Very similar to the beginning of the movie when you shake the hand and you say, "Talk to me," you see a demon. Now it turns out that if you get too close to the hand, you end up dying by the hand. And if you die by the hand, then you become the demon or the ghost that people see when they play the game. And I thought that was so incredible, and it was so like not out of the realm of possibility of thinking of, but it's something that I just personally didn't think of, which I love. It's what I would love for every like murder mystery movie to do. Like, why are some horror movies have twists that like even murder mysteries don't have? Murder mysteries are supposed to be twists. That's what blows my mind. And I thought it was such a good movie. I thought the acting was really good. I think everyone did such a good job. The cinematography was really good. Like the tracking was really, I'm gonna call it tracking, I don't know what it is, but like when their head shoots back and the camera follows them, or when they do it and they fall off the chair, go side to side, the camera falls with them. It kind of reminds me of like James Wan's cinematography in a sense. Outstanding. And it's actually, I would say that this movie's groundbreaking in a sense, because there's not many people who come from YouTube that are that big who actually break into the acting. There's very few of them, right? And there's not many that break into like directing movies, especially their own movies. Now, I hear that John Watts, the guy who did Homecoming or No Way Home, one of the movies, is from YouTube, but he wasn't like huge like RackaRacka is. RackaRacka is at like 6 million subscribers, 5 million subscribers, are massive. And now they made this transition into directing movies, and the movie's outstanding, getting critically acclaimed, making Sundance, critically acclaimed. All the base directors, writers, Stephen King, all these guys like love the movie. And I think that's so good that it shows people that no matter what platform you are, if you are exceptional at what you do and you put in the dedication and time to learn and be exceptional, then anything is possible, because it was such a good movie. Like, it's not just a good movie, it's like one of the best movies this year, and it's one of the best horror movies since like Barbarian for me. I don't even remember what movies came after Barbarian, to be quite honest with you, for horror movies. Like, The Menu's good, but like The Menu wasn't. One, this is better than The Menu, and two, The Menu's not even really a horror movie. But even if we put it together, this is way better. It's better by like a mile. It's so different, so unique. It's so good. There's actually horror aspects to it. It's creepy. There's like comedy in it. It's like the perfect blend of different genres together, and it's not focused on cheap jump scares. It's very reminiscent of Hereditary to me, where it's focused on being creepy. It's focused on kind of like gore. It's focused on stories. It's focused on like not the shock factor of like the whoa, but the shock factor of like what is going on, what's going to happen next, the anticipation of what's going to happen next, how's the story going to end. And I think it's a very good movie. I'm so happy I went to go see it. It's not playing anywhere here, at least that I can find. I had to drive like an hour away to go see the movie, and it was worth every single kilometer and every single minute it took me to get there and get back, because it took me forever to get back home because I had to go see it in Richmond Hill. But I'm done here. This was pretty good. That's how far I got into it. It wasn't too bad. It was pretty good. It's something different. I'll give it like a 6.5 out of 10. Like, it's not outstanding, like, whoa, blew me out of the water, but it's like, this is different. This is different. I've never had something like this before. I love Tater Tots, so that's good. I probably won't have this again, but I'll definitely have something similar from that place, because I'm just interested to know what else they have. It's something different and something cool. It's something unique. So just like the movie, you know, talk to me. So let's pack this bad boy up. And with that being said, guys, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below if anything I'm trying to talk about. I'm down to do that. As always, check out the suggest videos in the side. And yeah, it's called the Hola Taco, or is it Hola Tacos? I'll call it Hola Tacos, 6.5 out of 10. Talk to me, incredible movie. I'll give it like a 9 out of 10. I thought it was outstanding. You know, I'll give it a 9.1 because I feel like 9 is too low. 9.1, 9, yeah. The things I'd probably give higher than it are like from like the new age movies, probably like Conjuring, Hereditary, Midsummer. Like, those are still like better movies, but this one's like a solid solid like 9.1 out of 10. Maybe a bit high. If you gave it like a 9.5, I would agree. So that's fine. And yeah, Hola Tacos, talk to me. Check it out in any theater near you, free promotion. And this is First True Review. Peace.